Alright, so I created another graph, finally had some time to do so. And over here you could see going from 0 to 18,000. This will be showing the Dow in red. As you can see with the straight line here, Dow is close to 17,000 as of today. If you look at the green, that represents the price of silver. Look at this axis over here. It goes from 0 to like 60. And I want to look at certain points in history and look at the ratio. Okay, if you want to look at 1973, I'm going to get the calculator out, do the calculation in front of you. 1974, around that time. So you could take the average Dow of roughly 759 divided by, I did the price of silver, the high in 1974, 6.73 or 6.49. Let me do that again. That's like around 116. If you can't see the calculator, press Control and plus at the same time, or zoom in on the YouTube feature. So, what does this represent over here? Well, based on looking at this graph, this shows that, hey, you know what? It may be time to take some chips off the table for silver and maybe buy the Dow, right? And we saw a bear market in silver and gold for a few years, and then all of a sudden, spike back up in the price of silver, while the Dow stayed flat. Remember, we get stagflation. So, if you want to look at the Dow, it was like 891 or 891 around there. Silver hit a high around $50 an ounce, so close to a 17 to 1 ratio or 18 to 1 ratio. Some people said 16 to 1. Whatever it was, if you looked at it over here and looking back on it, when you see such a crazy ratio like that, or low ratio, that means, you know what? You don't buy silver and gold. You sell it to buy the Dow. And what did we have over here? We had a 20-some plus bull market in the stock market. Now, I want to go to like 2001, and I could show you the data right now. So in 2001, the average of the Dow was 10,206, and the low of silver was like 4.93, or the high, I believe. But whatever, let's just look at the numbers. So that shows that there was a 2,000 to 1 ratio when it comes to the Dow to silver. So right around here, 9/11, around that time frame, you can see the huge divergence, right? What did this tell you? This told you that, you know what? Hey, you know what? It may be time to buy silver. Now, what happened from 2001 to 2011? It went up in a straight line. 10 years bull market. Strong bull market, right? And then all of a sudden, we see it going back down in a straight line. So, what was the ratio in 2011? Well, let's look at it right now. So, Dow was probably around 11,500-ish in 2011, divided by 50. So, it's around 230 to 250 ratio, okay? So, this tells you the lower the ratio is for the Dow to silver, that means that you should, I can't tell you what you should do, but based on probability, probability is telling me that it's time to get rid of silver and buy the Dow. I didn't get that right. But down the road, after this learning experience, I will be a little more savvy when it comes to my investing, or when it comes to investing. I learned the hard way. Anyways, what's the ratio now, right? Okay, so Dow 17,000-ish. Okay, just take a whole number, make it easier. What's the price of silver as of today? It hit like 16.68 at the low, but whatever. I'm gonna do 16.80 instead. All right. Okay, so it's 1,000 to 1 ratio. You see here, Dow to silver, 1,000 to 1. What does this tell me? It tells me that, hey, it may not, probability tells me that it may not be a good idea to load up on the Dow, and it may tell me, hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't short silver. I never did short silver, I believe, unless it was through an ETF, but for the most part, I have been long the silver ETF for the past few years. So there you go, 1,000 to 1. Remember, if you go back to 2000, 2001, it was 2000 to 1. So just imagine that many people are saying that, hey, you know what, silver is going to skyrocket right now because look, it's 1,000 to 1 ratio. Hold up a second. 2000, 2001, it was like over 2000. So just look at this scenario. Suppose the Dow gets to 20,000 before this bull market's up and the price of silver goes to 10. So that would be like a 2000 ratio. So when people are like going to be saying, "Hey, look at the Dow. Dow's going to go to 50,000." You're going to see headlines like that. And people are going to say, "Hey, silver's going to go to 0." So if you see emotions getting that strong, I think that we are seeing strong emotions right now. That doesn't mean that we've seen the bottom. But what I'm saying is if we see this ratio go higher and higher and higher, right? It's 1,000 to 1 now. What if it goes to 1,500 to 1, right? It tells me that probability of the Dow going higher is minimal unless we have hyperinflation. And it may be time to back off on the stock market and maybe accumulate silver position. Right now, I can't guarantee any results, right? I'm not allowed to guarantee any results. So what I tell you guys to do is, number one, take this with a grain of salt. Use this as educational experience, and also just do your own homework and due diligence when it comes to investing, right? In these managed and manipulated markets, who knows what could happen, especially with the derivatives markets. The derivatives totally distort the pricing mechanism, in my opinion. Anyways, guys, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about this 1,000 to 1 ratio. And we have seen a 2,000 to 1 ratio before, or the Dow to silver at 2,000. So tell me, what do you guys think? Silver lower, or do you see silver prices going much higher? Right now, if you see a stronger dollar in the interim, that means that the price of gold and silver could go down. Long term, sure, I do see higher gold and silver, but we shall see. Thanks for listening to me, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.